Hi boys and girls. So today's book, it is called The Adventure of Taxi Dog. So have any of you guys ever been on a taxi or a Uber? Do you guys know what a Uber is? Or what else is there? Uber, taxi, I think that's it. So a taxi is kind of like a bus, but it's just one person. So remember, a bus holds several people. So there is a lot of people and you can't really tell them where you want it to take you. You just kind of have to figure out the route, meaning which way that bus is going to go and which stops it's going to make. So you have to kind of figure out which bus you're going to get on to get around town. As a taxi or a Uber, you let them know where you want to go and they will take you right in front of the place that you want to go. So a taxi, you just have to kind of pay them the distance you go. So the further you go, the more money it is. So for example, if I tell the taxi man that I want to go to the park down the street from the school, maybe he'll charge me like $1 or $2. But if I told the taxi man that I want him to take me all the way to Walmart on the other side of town, maybe it'll be like $10 and not just $1. So 10 is more than 1, so that would be a lot more money. So let's read about the adventures of Taxi Dog. My name is Maxie. I ride in a taxi. Maxie taxi. That rhymes. Around New York City all day. I sit next to Jim. I think that's the driver. I belong to him, but it wasn't always this way. How happy does Maxie look there? I grew up in the city, all dirty and gritty, looking for food after dark. I roamed all around, avoiding the pound, and lived on my own in the park. Poor doggy. One day, a car stopped. His tire had popped. Out stepped a tall man I could see. He came over and said, as he patted my head, "Are you lost? You can come home with me." What a nice man helping Mr. Maxie. Did I hear right? Oh boy, my tail wagged with joy. I jumped up right on the seat. He said, "My name's Jim." I could ride home with him and he'd give me some good food to eat. That is so sweet. I ate and ate. I cleaned the whole plate. Then Jim took a scarf of bright red. He tied it around me, so glad that he found me, and kissed me on top of my head. My wish had come true. I would start life anew. At last I had a warm home with someone to love me and take good care of me. No longer would I have to roam. That is so sweet of this man. Jim said, "Your name's Maxie. You'll ride in my taxi. We'll ride all over the town. We'll see all the sights, all the streets and lights. We'll go riding uptown and down." How cool is that? There's so much to see, every building and tree, with people and cars everywhere. All the interesting places, all friends and new faces, each time we pick up a fare. So each time they pick up a fare is each time they pick people up. A fare is amount of money that you're going to be paying. One time a big lady who said she was Sadie was singing that night in a show. She broke into a song and I sang right along. You couldn't tell me from the pro. Maxie was singing so good, you couldn't tell who was who. "To the hospital, quick! My wife is quite sick," cried a man as we stopped for the light. Our baby is due. And like lightning, we flew. We made it in time. What a night. So they were taking her to the hospital. So a taxi can take you to the hospital too. Sometimes when it's slow, to the airport we go. We get in the line at the stand to wait for a fare. And a hot dog we share while we watch the planes take off and land. So they're them parked waiting for somebody to get inside their taxi. The door opened wide. Guess who jumped inside? 2 clowns and a chimp they called Mary. We're performing at 8 and our flight came in late to the circus, and please try to hurry. We get such big tips on most of our trips. Jim is surprised at this treat, but he doesn't know that I put on a show for the passengers in the back seat. What a silly doggy. Oh, Maxie. At the end of the day, when we've earned our pay, we drive to cab back to its spot, where our boss named Lou says, "Hi, how do you do? Have a biscuit. He likes me a lot." I think everybody loves Maxie. It's just like a dream. Me and Jim were a team. I'm always there at his side. We never stand still. Every day's a new thrill. Come join us next time for a ride. How cool. I wish we had a taxi here with a dog named Maxie. He's such a fun little doggy to ride with. So on Learning Genie, I want you to let me know if you've ever taken a taxi anywhere, and if you have, do you remember how much they charged you, and where did you go? Or if your parents have used Uber. I've used Uber maybe like 2 times. So with Uber, I use my phone, an app to call them to come to my house, and for a taxi you have to call them. And I think I've only gone on a taxi 1 time, and no, 2 times my whole entire life. So let me know what type of transportation you have taken besides your mommy or your family member's car or your daddy's car. Let me know on Learning Genie. Thank you guys for reading this book with me. Bye, friends.